So many buildings along this tour have changed over time, either in their appearance or in the kind of business conducted. But this building, the Printery, allows us a view of the past, coexisting nicely with the present. This cozy brown shingled building once housed the Oyster Bay Guardian, a weekly newspaper founded by Nelson Disbrow in 1899. Disbrow had worked at several other New York newspapers and first came to Oyster Bay in 1892 to work at our other local newspaper, the Oyster Bay Pilot. From 1899 to 1906, the Guardian had several homes, the first above a meat market on South Street, and then in the Vale building at 80 South Street. In 1905, the underhanded behavior of a rival newspaperman named Kenahan led the Disbrows to lose their lease in the Vale building, and further pressure from their rival kept them from finding a rental anywhere in town. Finally, Nelson bought his own property here on West Main Street, and in 1906 built the building you see today, continuing to print the weekly paper, as well as run his private printing business. After his death in 1928, his son Leslie Disbrow continued the Printery, expanding the Guardian to 8 pages instead of the previous 4. After 68 years, the Disbrow family sold the newspaper to Edwina Snow in 1967. Miss Snow sold the Printery to Elizabeth Schneider, who continued on in the printing business. The Guardian newspaper is now located at 32 East Main Street, the former home of the grandparents of its editor emeritus, Gloria O'Rourke, who many may remember fondly for her colorful column called Harbor Lights. In 1999, The Guardian celebrated 100 years of continuous publication as an independently owned newspaper. They continue to report the weekly comings and goings of life in Oyster Bay to this day. The Printery continues also under the ownership of William Miller and Mary Abene, and their print shop, complete with old hand presses and warped wooden floors, is a rustic and charming highlight on our historic tour.